we have here an Atari Falcon 030, and I'm going to open up, make a couple little changes. Mouse out the way. Now, I've already taken the screws out, because I have been in and out of this thing quite a number of times before. So, let's open him up like so, and we'll move the keyboard out of the way. Be very careful taking out this thing, because I don't want to break the connector. Leverage that out, work right out of there. There we go. Right, one keyboard. Now this, you usually have to take some screws out and move some little metal tabs and stuff, but I've already done that. So we'll open that up, and if I'm right, that speaker wire is busted, so we'll need to solder that back together. But for now, we are going to put in a floating point unit, one of these. There it is, 68882, which I've got a stack of them right here, and I picked up on AliExpress. I think I got it, that lot. Pretty cheap. That goes under this. As you can see here, I have replaced the hard drive. Something I've done before. That's the original hard drive it came with, which I've replaced with a compact flash card here, which is 8. But the RAM
megabytes.
The maximum is 14. It's only got 4 in it at the moment, but we'll be upgrading that shortly. First, I'm going to be putting in the floating point unit, which is an optional add-on for the Atari Falcon. They may have sold some units with it already installed. I don't know, I don't remember, but I think it's common that they didn't have one and you could just put one in. Where to put it in is hidden right underneath this, which is not always easy to get this power unit out the way. Now, I don't need to unplug the power unit. One of these edges is flat as opposed to pointy, and the flat edge matches up with the flat edge in this thing here. Line that up correctly into the socket, goes into there. Now we have a floating point unit to assist with certain floating point calculations. I don't think there was too many programs that actually made use of that, but for those that do, there's one there in place. Like when I was trying the most recent versions of multi-TOS, there seemed to be an alert on the screens about the floating point unit. Still work. Now, next, we're going to replace this RAM. Now you're going to be very gentle. I need to lever this out very gently. Like so. There it is. That's the 4 megabytes. Pop that over there. And we'll see here, we got a TOS chip. It is a TOS 4.01 from 1992. That's the operating system. And I have here, in this wee buggy, TOS 4.04 from 1993. Now, to get this out, a lot of prying. Oh, got it. Breaking anything. Right, okay. That is your TOS 4.01, and here comes the TOS 4.04. Now I'm going to find the flat edge, which is the, oh there it is, which is going to go match up to here. It's in. Now TOS 4.04 installed. Now we want to put in, we're going to replace that memory board, that was the original one, with this 14 megabyte module. So upgrading 4 meg to 14 meg. Be aware, if you're not paying attention, it does plug in the other way. You can plug it in the wrong way and not realise it if you're not really paying attention. But yeah, if you are paying attention, you need to put the small one on there and the big one there. Vulture Atari Falcon 14 megabyte memory module in place. I'm going to place that with a Gotek. I've got a Gotek drive here with a ton of this prepared previously. What I'm going to do here is there's 3 screws on the back. Getting it out is easy. Getting it back in and trying to line the screws up with the unit is not so easy. So we'll get them loose. Like so. Yep. There we go. Now get that out and get that out. Here we have a Gotek drive. It's already been pre-configured for the Atari Falcon. Now this is a tricky thing here. Once we get one of these lined up, we'll be able to do the rest. Line up one. Yeah, some holes in the bottom because it's been in and out of this Falcon more than once. Okay, it's in. Hopefully I didn't muck up the thread on this one. That's going in. There we go. Right. There we go. Then let's keep screwing. All in place and sturdy. So you can now plug that in, and this bump goes down. This is a bit on the original floppy drive. That's in place. And next we want to repair this. I will repair it. No, if it gets annoying, I'll just disconnect it again. That's going to strip off way too much. Yeah, I don't want that much stripped off. Perfect. I'll let that heat up. Move that out of the way for the moment. Fortunately, it's the only thing that needs to be done on this. So, there we go. I'll just tin the end. I think you're right to go. Now, put a little bit of solder on there. There's already solder on here already, so it's not, I don't think I really need to apply any more. Trying to get that little bit of stuff out of the way. Right, we'll get this new bit in place. Right, done. So now, we'll put it all back together again. Let's get this out of the way. We don't need that anymore. What we do need is a bit of tin here. That speaker plugs in just there behind the disk drive. Make sure it's back in place properly. Yep. This one here. You just have to manipulate that. It goes into the tags into the slots here, and the rest will just fall back into place. There's many screw holes here, so you screw it all back together if you like. And then we're going to put the keyboard in now. You'll see that it's got a little white dot there. That matches up with a missing pin on here. Well, not really missing, it's just not there. Never was meant to be there. But this connector does not cover all the pins that are here. So expect two of them at one end to still be sitting there with nothing plugged in them. Not entirely sure why, it was for some other keyboard design. But I believe it is the same keyboard as on the Atari ST, it's just a different colour. There we go. And then we put on our cover. And make sure, just to show you, that knob there can make it a little difficult to put the cover on. And you may need to manipulate it a little. There, in place. Now, what one would normally do is put all the screws back in. It's the screws with the more square shape are the ones for the lid, which you'll see all around. And yeah, you do need to break the warranty sticker, so be warned. Good luck trying to claim warranty on one of these days. And you got the mouse, but Atari mouse goes into, which one's it going to? You got two slots there. Notorious the annoying placement of the Atari mouse, but that's the way it goes. Now, a lot of people have like busted sockets and stuff over it in time and need to resolder them. I haven't had to do that. It's in place. Now, I have my VGA lead here, so it goes from the monitor port at the back here. Next, we'll be firing it up. Make sure all is working well. Let's turn that around there. This can go up here. I mean, that was probably fine, but just to be sure. I have another FPU right here. And that can go in there. need to make sure, I know it's probably not the right tool for this job, it's all nice and clean. Okay. I probably shouldn't even be bothered putting the screws back in. I might be taking it straight back out again. Okey-dokey. Now that goes there. And there. At least it fired up straight away this time. It's doing its memory test. Yes! Fixed! So, I don't know if there's anything wrong with this or it just needed to be reseated. It did have a big bent pin. Move that around to there. Set this up again so you can see what's going on. Now that it is working perfectly. I've got the joystick plugged in there. Speaker in the slot. Get that on there. Back on there. Put the cover back on. Yep, got it. Now let's see it in action. Yeah, it's better. Right. I'm going to adapt this VGA connector lead to have a composite video output as well, which will require some additional wire. So here we have some 2-core wire, because we need one wire to be the composite center pin while the other one is the output ground. So I'm going to give myself a few centimeters here. So, and we have a lot of shielding and a lot of fluff inside, so I need to pry this apart Now we try to spin off bits of the shielding one way or the other. So we have a bit on each side and we can trim it off using our rather blunt wire cutter here. Like that. The other side, that. And we have a bit of extra here to trim off, so let's trim that shit off. What we want is enough to go from pin 12 on here, which is not being used at the moment, which is the composite video output. So we go from the composite video output and the other one on the ground. So we'll take that off this end, a bit off of that end, and get a little bit of solder. Fill up the pin on pin 12 here. Put some solder in there. Right, okay. And then we'll get the blue lead, which I decided to be the center pin. Actually, what we want to do is tin it a bit. So we want to tin these leads. Actually, spin that around, make sure it's nice and thin, and get a bit more solder on there, and we shall tin it. Heat it up. Bit on this one, probably our ground lead. Right, done. We shall get this side into here, into our pin 12 for our composite center pin. Make sure it does not cross over with any other lead, and then we'll get this one over to here, which is our ground lead, which I might get an extra blob of solder on there because there is already some hookup wire in there. That's touching the outer ground, because there's ground, and that's what ground's all about. And yeah, like so. I'll just turn it around, make sure it's not a mess. No, that's looking pretty good. Okay, just to make sure it's not going to short with the shielding at the top. You put a bit of tape around there, and it's all hunky-dory. We now want to put another connector at the other end. Now I'm going to put a female RCA connector at the top, so we can plug in an RCA connector at that end and hook it up to a composite video at the other end. So this lead will double up as a VGA lead and also as a composite video lead. When attempting to adapt an existing VGA adapter to also have composite video, you cannot have the pin 19 grounded when you're using the composite video, but it needs to be grounded when you're using the VGA. That's how the computer knows whether to use one or the other. Now, I do plan to eventually put a switch here, but I don't have a switch on me at the moment, so I'm just going to put some hookup wire in place so I can touch it when I want to use VGA and whenever I want to do composite video, which won't be very often. It'll be just to run certain demos that only work through composite video or the TV, the RF out, because they're using some certain graphic techniques. So in most cases you're not going to need the composite video, but it's good to have it there because I like to see those demos or whatever running on my real hardware. So I'm going to release this pin 19 from here, and then I'm going to put some hookup wire in place. I don't think it really matters which one I use. Yeah, that ought to do it. Let's see if I can put that here so I can tin it up a bit. Plastic might move back a bit as I do it, so, and that should give me plenty. Oh, perfect. Right, now this other bit, I'll get a bit of heat sink. It's a bit big. Don't need much, just this little bit here will do. That should be enough. Pop that over there. And we'll get another bit of hookup wire here. Can clean up the end. Tin that up. Now I want to attach that to this. Right, okay, got it. And then we want the heat sink to go up to here. And I'll heat that up. Okay, that ought to do it. I don't have a blow dryer, and we are good to go. And so if we want the VGA to work, I'll give us a bit more slack here so we can twist the ends together. Like, oh, come on, get off. Right, that's a bit better. Bit more off of this one. So we can twist them together until I get a switch. So I'll put a bit of, pressed up a little bit of tape around them just to protect the ends. We should have composite video and we'll be able to run a demo that won't work through the VGA, and we'll be doing that next. So let's do it. Before I wrap all that up, I want to test it all, obviously. So I'm going to undo this and we'll give this mishmash of wires a test run. Right, so I've wired this into this television through the composite video here, the lead we just made. So I'll just turn that on and we should be able to play this demo through this television, through the composite video. And this demo does not work with VGA as mentioned before, so this is the only way to do it. And I do want to test my composite video lead. So I'll let that boot and I'll turn the lights off. Okay. Right, so I'm believe I put it in here. There it is. This particular demo is just called, or simply underscore. You can see the folder name there is just an underscore. So here, there, and here we go. Demo definitely worked through this composite video adapter. I'm pretty happy with that. It obviously changes the color palette on you, so maybe your way around that would be to just simply change resolution so it loads. Yep, there you go. And you can change it back again, and you're in action. Yeah, see, I can go right up to true color there, which I think is about 65,000 colors or something. Probably way higher, I don't know, can't remember. I mean, it's through composite video, so it's not going to be the same quality as if you went through VGA or HDMI or something like that. But that's definitely better than going through RF, that's for sure. So for now, I'm going to switch that off, set my adapter to go back to VGA, and then we'll play around with that, I think. These games may require... Oh, hold on. Set video. Set compatibility modes. We'll go ST low, because most computer games want ST low. Now let's try Xenon 2, eh? Right. So that was funky. Oh, yeah. Let's play. Yeah, great. Now, this particular version Dread has trouble on the Falcon with the audio. I don't know if they've fixed that since. I haven't checked to see if there is a new version to download for the Atari version. But you do need a running on the other side. I don't know. But if you're an Atari ST, you get all the sound. It's just yeah, it just doesn't quite work on the Falcon yet. The seeing as Falcons are pretty rare beast these days, and if you want to try and buy one or second hand or something, it's going to cost you in it probably thousands. Okay, now let's see if we get these out. Turn that down. You can still see the internal speakers running still. That's cool. Oh, that's enough of that. Set video, compatibility mode, ST low. Now when I try leanings, what happens? Aha! Aha! It went to ST low. Probably why it stopped. The music? What music? It could be very mild to... Oh no, there we go. There is me. Yeah, stop digging. Yeah. Did I do it? Oh. Seriously, how long ago I've played this game? A long time ago.